Livestock housing, poultry housing. What is poultry? Poultry refers to domesticated birds raised by humans for their products, mainly meat and eggs. This includes chickens, which are the most common type of poultry, along with turkeys, ducks, and geese. Poultry, especially chickens, are a good source of affordable meat and eggs. Housing for poultry can range from simple setups for backyard chickens to large commercial operations. The best type of housing depends on the scale of the operation, investment, and available labor. Site selection. The location must be well-drained, elevated, and fairly to the level ground. Access to power lines, water supplies, and service road. Protected from strong winds, yet allows for ventilation. Downwind of dwellings to avoid odor issues. Spacing 10-15 meters, separation between buildings. Brooding buildings isolate by 30 meters or more from others. Drainage must be well drained to prevent mud during rainy season. Environmental requirements. Main concern is keeping birds cool due to temperature and humidity. Strategies. Shade from direct sunlight. Good ventilation with natural breezes minimize heat exposure from roof and bare ground. In addition, offer protection from predators and theft. Very low humidity creates dust problems. High humidity combined with high temperatures, above 27 degrees Celsius, can harm the poultry, causing death. Day-old chicks need warm environment, 33-35 degrees Celsius, for the first week, gradually decreasing over the next 5 weeks. Light on egg production. Light schedule. Maintaining a consistent lighting schedule is more important than the total number of light hours. Sudden changes can significantly reduce egg production. Optimal laying light. 14 hours of light is ideal for egg-laying hens. Light for pullets, optional. In windowless houses, a schedule with gradually decreasing light hours can delay egg-laying in pullets. This results in larger eggs when they do start laying. Disease prevention, litter, bedding. Ideally, litter should be dry but not excessively dusty to minimize respiratory issues. No litter option. If no litter is used, the house design should prioritize easy cleaning between flocks and ongoing maintenance of cleanliness. Construction details. In designing poultry houses for hot climates, creating good ventilation is crucial. This is because frequent cool breezes are more important than protection from occasional cold winds. The preferred wall design for most chicken houses in these areas utilizes a two-part structure for all 4 walls. The lower portion is solid to block heat radiating from the ground, while the upper portion is covered with mesh to allow for air circulation and cooling breezes. Lower wall design. The lower wall should be solid and about 1 meter high. Any available masonry units can be used. Finishing. For a smooth and easy-to-clean surface, consider using bag washing, washing used cement bags. If using adobe blocks, plastering is necessary to prevent birds from pecking at the wall. Upper wall design. Total height. The complete wall, including the lower solid section, should be about 2 meters high. Support structure. Gum poles treated with wood preservative to prevent rot are embedded 50 cm deep in concrete to support the roof and upper wall. Ventilation and protection. 18mm wire mesh on the upper wall section allows for ventilation while keeping out rodents and birds. A tight-fitting door is crucial for biosecurity and keeping birds contained. Floor. Recommended material. Concrete is preferred for its ease of cleaning, durability, and superior resistance to rats compared to gravel or soil. Concrete floor specifications. Thickness, 80 to 100 millimeters. Mix ratio, 1:2:4, or 1:3:5. Cement, sand, gravel. Base. Laid on a firm base at least 150 millimeters above ground level. Finish. Smoothed with a steel trowel for easy cleaning. Roof. Roof design. Free span preferred. No poles inside the building for better space utilization. Overhang must be at least 500 millimeters for sun and rain protection. Roofing material. Corrugated steel. Easy to clean. Thatch. Acceptable for narrow buildings. May provide better insulation, but harder to clean. Ventilation. Layer houses. Ventilation opening recommended along the roof ridge. Brooding houses. Ventilation opening is not typically needed. Housing system options. Semi-intensive with outdoor access. Deep litter, indoor with absorbent bedding. Slatted or wire floor, raised platforms. Combination of deep litter and latted floor cages or battery systems, individual or small group cages. Now, we will talk about duck housing. The following are general requirements for duck housing. For location, duck houses should be situated on well-drained and elevated areas to prevent dampness and flooding. Next are the walls. Solid walls of 60 cm height are sufficient, with wire netting covering the gap between the walls and the roof to keep predators out. Total wall height should not exceed 150-200 cm. Roofing. Thatch roofs are inexpensive and adequate, but metal sheets can be used if insulated properly to prevent overheating. Additionally, adequate ventilation for duck housing is crucial, especially in hot climates. Wire mesh openings provide airflow while keeping predators out. Nest, feed and water equipment. Feeders. Feeders need to be wider than chicken feeders to accommodate ducks' feeding habits. Initially, crumbs or wet mash should be provided, followed by pellets. Waterers. Ducks require large quantities of water. Waterers should be designed for easy access and cleaning. Swimming access. While swimming access is not essential, it helps ducks stay cleaner and can improve egg fertility. Another type of poultry housing is turkey housing. The location of turkey housing is required to be on well-drained land, preferably slightly sloping to avoid waterlogging. The flooring of the housing is either concrete or raised wooden floors that helps facilitate cleaning and maintain dryness. Walls. Solid, sturdy walls, at least 1.2 meters high to keep turkeys in, and upper walls can be wire mesh for ventilation. For the roofing, a well-insulated roof, preferably with overhangs to prevent rain from entering. In hot climates, use materials that do not absorb excessive heat. Good ventilation is also crucial turkey housing. The housing must have adjustable windows or shutters and vents in the roof to regulate airflow and temperature. Now let's talk about brooding. Brooding is the period immediately after hatch. During this period, chicks required special care and attention to ensure their health and survival. Temperature plays a crucial role during this period. Brooding turkey poults are similar to chickens, but higher temperature is needed for turkeys. For turkeys, the brooding areas should maintain 35°38 hard Celsius for the first week, decreasing by 4 degrees Celsius each week until it reaches ambient temperature. Space is also a factor in brooding. Initially, you should provide 0.1-0.2 square meters per poultry, increasing as they grow. Brooding space should be easy to clean and disinfect. First, 4 weeks, 0.1 to 0.2 square meters, 1 to 2 square feet. Per poult, 4 to 8 weeks, 0.2 to 0.3 square meters, 2 to 3 square feet. Per poult, 8 to 12 weeks, 0.3 to 0.4 square meters, 3 to 4 square feet per poult. After 12 weeks, 0.4 to 0.5 square meters, 4 to 5 square feet per bird, until they are moved to range or market. Lastly is litter. Use absorbent materials like wood shavings, straw, or peat moss. Ensure litter is dry and replaced regularly to prevent disease. Grow out housing. Perches. Perches should be installed at 60 cm height and spaced 60 cm apart, allowing 30-40 cm of length per bird. Run and fencing. Space. Outdoor runs should offer at least 1 square meter per turkey, more if possible, to allow natural foraging and exercise. Shade. Provide shaded areas in the run to protect turkeys from extreme heat and sun exposure. Additionally, for feeding, approximately 23 kilos of feed is needed to produce a 6.4 kilos turkey by 24 weeks of age. Adult birds require 0.12-0.3 kilos of feed per day, depending on the breed size. Last type of poultry housing is geese housing. Geese are foragers and thrive on succulent grass, making them suitable for meat production in regions like East and Southeast Africa. The following are the requirements in building geese housing. Housing can be very simple or even unnecessary in tropical climates, where geese can stay outside year-round. However, shelter is essential to protect from theft and predators. Night shelter. To safeguard against predators, geese should be herded into a shelter at night. This shelter can be constructed using basic materials. Shelter construction. Framework. Use a wooden framework for the structure. Enclosure. Surround the framework with wire mesh or bamboo to create an enclosure. This will keep predators out and geese in. Roofing. While a waterproof roof is not essential, providing some form of overhead cover, using wooden rails or bamboo, can offer additional protection. Flooring. A floor is not necessary, but the ground should be elevated to prevent flooding and keep the area dry. Rearing goslings. Initial confinement. For the first 10 days, confine the goose and goslings in a clean coop with access to a small run. Feeding. Feed goslings. Chick mash for the first 3 to 4 weeks, supplemented with succulent grass. Transition to grazing. After 3 weeks, goslings will graze naturally, but will need supplementary feed if the grazing is poor.